The world ends not with chaos, but with a computer decision. In the far future, the sky burns orange as human bones crumble beneath the metal treads of hunter-killers. Skynet, the AI that humanity once trusted, has turned the planet into a graveyard of ash, fire, and cold steel. Laser blasts echo through the ruins of cities that were once full of life. New York, Los Angeles, Boston, now nothing but wreckage. Machines walk through the smoke like silent executioners. But the humans do not give up, not while one man leads them, John Connor, a strategist, a fighter, a symbol. Under his leadership, humanity claws back hope inch by inch. So Skynet makes one more desperate move. It sends something new, something terrifying, a shape-shifting liquid metal assassin, the T-1000, programmed for one outrageous goal: kill John Connor before he becomes the leader that ends the war. But the resistance fights back. They capture and reprogram a Terminator, the older model, the T-800, not a creature of emotion, but a machine capable of loyalty once rewritten. They send it back in time with one mission: protect the boy who hasn't yet grown into the man the world will need. And just like that, the war in the future becomes a battle for a child in the present. But John Connor's future hangs by a thread, because in 1995, he's just a kid, completely unaware that two unstoppable machines are already on their way to decide his fate. John Connor, at age 10, is brilliant, angry, restless, and deeply wounded. He knows he doesn't belong anywhere. His mom, Sarah Connor, raised him like a soldier, teaching him survival, weapon handling, evasion. But when she tried to stop the future by blowing up a computer facility, the world called her insane. They locked her in a mental institution, and John was tossed into foster care. He washes dishes for a cranky foster mom, hacks ATMs with ease, listens to rock music too loud, and rides his little dirt bike through the suburbs pretending he doesn't care. But inside, he carries the weight of a destiny no one believes in. Sarah, meanwhile, lies strapped to a bed in a cold white room, drugged into silence. Doctors poke, prod, and lecture her. She watches, helpless, as her warnings about Judgment Day are dismissed as delusion. The woman once destined to raise humanity's savior is now treated like a broken thing. While John feels abandoned, Sarah feels gagged by a world too blind to see what's coming. Two lives disconnected, two hearts hardened by loss. And as they struggle in their own prisons, emotional and literal, the machines arrive. One walks out of a glowing sphere on a highway, naked, expressionless, terrifying. The other arrives in a quiet alley, mimicking a police officer's body with chilling perfection. Both have a mission, both begin hunting. But when these two machines finally converge on John, one of them will chase him, and one of them will save him. The boy just doesn't know which is which. John is enjoying a normal day, a little mischief, a little electronics, a little rebellion, when destiny decides he's had enough innocence. The T-1000, disguised as a cop, displays John's picture to anyone who will talk. He moves politely, almost warmly, yet behind those eyes is a cold algorithm calculating the fastest way to kill a child. Meanwhile, the T-800 moves through the world like a silent tank. He steals clothes, he loads a shotgun. He approaches the mall where John is hanging out with his friend. Two hunters, two paths, one child. Inside the mall's back corridors, John hears footsteps behind him. He turns, sees the policeman, the man who looks trustworthy, the man who frantically tells him, "Come with me." And then, from the opposite corridor, appears a giant man in black leather carrying a shotgun. The moment stretches into slow motion. The T-800 drops the shotgun into his hand. The T-1000's arm morphs into a blade. John freezes, confused, terrified. And then the T-800 speaks the words that strike like lightning through time. Get down. The hallway explodes into chaos. The T-1000 is unstoppable, flowing through metal bars like water. The T-800 fires shells that barely slow it down. John runs, breathless, as two machines destroy everything around him. He doesn't know why they're fighting. He doesn't know why they're after him. He only knows one thing. This is real. Everything his mother ever said is real. And now, there is only one human being who can help him understand the truth. But she is trapped inside a locked institution, waiting for a rescue she doesn't believe is coming. Sarah Connor has turned her body into a weapon. Push-ups on the bed frame, sit-ups in chains, training until her muscles tremble, planning until her mind burns. She refuses to break, but she also refuses to feel. The world thinks she's insane for believing in Terminators and Judgment Day. The doctors call her delusional. The guards call her dangerous. The system calls her hopeless, and she is alone. No John, no freedom, no voice. Just white walls and the ghost of a future only she can see. But Sarah Connor has never been one to wait for rescue. She has a plan, razor sharp, painful, and almost ready. That night, the T-1000 discovers where she is and begins moving toward the hospital. At the same time, John and the T-800 break in through the basement. Three paths collide, all racing toward one woman. Sarah manages to escape her restraints and fights her way into the hallway, gripping a broken mop handle like a spear. Her breathing is hard, her eyes wide. She's inches from freedom. Then she sees it. That face, that unstoppable body, the nightmare from 1984 walking through the smoke of an elevator. Sarah collapses backward in terror, scrambling across the floor. The Terminator reaches out, and then John appears, screaming, "Mom, Mom, stop! He's here to help!" Her heart cracks in half. Every instinct tells her to run. Every memory tells her to fear. But her son is here, her boy, alive, and for the first time in years, she lets herself hope. But hope is fragile, and the T-1000 is already inside the hospital, and with every second, it gets closer. The desert becomes their refuge. Old allies greet Sarah with awe and fear, handing her weapons, supplies, and memories of the warrior she has become. John watches his mother and the Terminator interact. Both tough, both cold, both driven by purpose. But something strange begins to happen. John talks to the T-800, teaches him jokes, teaches him why humans cry, why emotions matter. The machine listens, learns, grows. It becomes more than a protector. It becomes a companion, almost a father. And Sarah sees it. She watches from a distance, her face softening, despite the steel around her heart. For a moment, just a moment, she sees the life John deserved. But then she dreams again of Judgment Day. Children burning in a playground, cities exploding, the sky turning into a wall of fire. She wakes with a scream. Something shifts inside her. If the future is built by people, then maybe the future can be stopped by people. Miles Dyson, the engineer whose research leads directly to Skynet, becomes her target. Kill one man, save billions. It feels logical, tactical, necessary. She arms herself, drives off alone, and becomes the monster she has always feared becoming. But when she faces Dyson, when she sees his terrified family, she realizes that stopping the future might cost her the last piece of her humanity. Sarah cannot pull the trigger. Her humanity saves her from becoming a machine. John arrives. The T-800 arrives. Dyson listens, frightened but fascinated. When he learns that his work will destroy the world, he does something extraordinary. He chooses to help stop it. Together, they plan a mission that feels impossible. Break into Cyberdyne, destroy all research, erase every trace of the future. Night falls. They break windows, plant explosives, fight their way through police officers who have no idea they're protecting the birth of the apocalypse. Dyson stays behind, breathing heavily, mortally wounded. He holds a dead man's switch in one trembling hand, whispering apologies, whispering prayers, whispering that he's not sure how much longer he can hold. And when he finally lets go, the building erupts into a bright ball of fire. A man who helped build the future dies helping save it. But the T-1000 has tracked them, and it's driving toward its final battlefield, a steel mill glowing with molten orange light. And inside those burning walls, someone will live and someone will die. Because not everyone can walk out of the future they're trying to change. The steel mill is a maze of gears, flames, shadows, and screaming metal. The T-1000 moves through it like a ghost, calm, silent, unstoppable. The T-800 is smashed, thrown, crushed, but keeps fighting with the determination of a machine that finally understands purpose. Sarah is wounded, but burning with mother's fury. John is terrified, but refuses to leave his family, both human and machine. The T-1000 corners them again and again, its body melting and reforming, its arms becoming blades, hooks, spears. The T-800 is stabbed through the back. Sarah is slammed against a wall. John is inches from death. But machines do not quit. The Terminator rises one last time, its systems failing, sparks flying, and fires the grenade that blows the T-1000 into the molten pit. The creature screams, shifting faces of the people it has imitated, until it melts, dissolves, and vanishes forever. The nightmare ends, but not completely, because the T-800 still carries the final piece of Skynet inside its head. And the only way to save the future is for the boy to lose the closest thing he's ever had to a father. The steel mill goes quiet. John's chest heaves with relief. Sarah's eyes are wet, not from pain but from realization. They've stopped the war. They've changed the timeline. They've done the impossible. But the Terminator looks at them with calm inevitability. There is one more chip, he says. His own. John's face breaks, confusion turning to horror. No, you can't go. The machine kneels to him, not as a weapon, not as a tool, but as something almost human. I know now why you cry, it says, but it is something I can never do. Sarah lowers him into the molten steel. John sobs uncontrollably. The Terminator gives a final thumbs up as the fire consumes him, a gesture of reassurance, of connection, of something deeper than programming. And then he's gone. Sarah drives into the night with her son beside her. The future is unwritten. The darkness is gone. A new road stretches ahead. Because if a machine can learn the value of human life, maybe humanity can too. But destiny is never quiet. And somewhere in some timeline, the future still waits, whispering that the battle for tomorrow is never truly over.